I thought, you know how we got atheist TV? Well, we don't have atheist radio yet, I don't think, but what I could do is I could play from my phone. I could play through my car with my experience. So I watch like the atheist experience, and it's kind of funny how I I get a bunch of different reactions from people. Some are getting shocked, some smiles, some just look of uh, wonder, and and then I had some people actually like kind of like thinking, you know, because I had this when I was playing this one episode of how could you tell Satan is good, and how could you tell God is how could you tell God is good when Satan is evil? People started this thinking because it's actually kind of a trick question if you think about it. How you could tell God is the good one and Satan is the evil one, because it's kind of strange. The only way people know Satan is the bad one because it's what the Bible says. But if you actually think about it, and you can like Google the research, you can actually find out Satan is not as bad as people think. Because because remember God did us all the killing, and Satan cannot kill without God's authority. God's the top. God's the head honcho. Satan wanted to dethrone God because it's like Michael Jordan, LeBron James. If Michael Jordan's the top, LeBron James wants to dethrone. LeBron James wants to dethrone Michael Jordan. So, and God killed what 2.3 million people, and Satan killed what 10. And so yeah, it's kind of funny if you think about it and you actually Google that. It's like a trick question. Uh, you know, how can you tell God is going to Satan's evil one? Because Satan is not as bad as you think it is. It's because if you think about it, God turned the whole world into hell. God knew Adam and Eve was going to eat the fruit. God even created Satan. God created hell. God created evil. In other words, God did it all. So Satan is God's creation. And God even, remember, God is omniscient, all-knowing, all-powerful. God knows the past, present, and future. So God even knew Satan was going to rebel. Satan was like the best angel, the most perfect angel, the nicest, the best, the most obedient. But he's like had enough. He got jealous and he wanted to dethrone God, and God's like, no. And so even Satan is like the ruler or master of hell. He wants to go back to heaven. But he can't do it without God's authority. So, but of course, this is all just mythology and myths. Because think about it. If God or Satan exists, what would they sound like? I mean, where are they born? I mean, supposedly if God can talk or if God can't talk, but God would have to talk, really, because if he's going to judge you, he's going to have to be and look like a person. I suppose it could be a light, but all you could just hear like a voice, and you're going to say, well, where's that accent from? Where's Satan accent from? If he had to talk. I think it'd be kind of cool if it existed, because one, you would get to see Satan in real life, and you get to see like horns, demons. It'd just be something that's never been seen before. But it can't exist. It's just made up stuff, man. There's too many heavens, too many hells, and too many demons. If you want to know like all the demons, there's an iPhone app called like the Encyclopedia of Demonology or something like that. And it has like all these demons from all these religions, and it's kind of cool because they have like all kinds of different powers and stuff, And it's actually sorted by all religions. It's um, I guess I'm kind of glad this mythology doesn't exist, but I kind of not, because since we live on Earth, we never seen like a different realm, a different existence, a different, you know, we never even seen monsters and stuff, and I guess that would kind of be cool. Um, you know, um, to tell you the truth, I mean, hell, I think would be more exciting. I don't know, maybe for me, because like heaven would just be like what you're just on clouds and a gate and everything would be kind of the same, but remember, hell has 9 gates, 9 circles, so everything would be like really cool and different. I guess if you play the if you actually want to take a trip to hell, well, not physically, but if you feel like you're going to hell, just play Dante's Inferno because you get to actually visit the 9 circles of hell, and they're all different. I mean, seriously, if there was a hell that existed, it probably would look like that. You have like rivers of hell. You have like you're climbing stairs. You're like climbing clouds, and you know. I mean, is there any rivers in heaven? I suppose, but I think heaven would be too boring because everything would be just all fuzzy and you'd be like, oh, everything is just so happy and it just get boring. Everybody's different. Hell would be more exciting because everything would be unique. You know, I guess it depends if you like the dark side or not. But like I said, this stuff it's impossible to exist, man. Think about it. If everything is from naturalistic means that we could observe, if it was like God out there, anything that was science could not be observed because it would be supernatural. The supernatural's never been observed and it can't be observed. Even the dark energy, dark matter, which you may think is supernatural, it's not. It's natural, and therefore everything is bound by naturalistic means. That's why there's no such thing as anything supernatural and never will be. There's nobody floating. There's no levitation. Everything's bound by all the naturalistic laws. Unless maybe you go to another planet. Maybe like one of these exoplanets that resemble Earth, but remember, it's not Earth. It's a totally different planet. Even looks like Earth. They could have probably like double gravity, double space. Just who knows? All kinds of freaky stuff. I mean, freaky to us. Obviously different species and plants and animals, and it's going to be super exciting. It's like 70,000 light years away, which is super far. But with the NASA warp drive, we can make it there in like months or a year. It's like because NASA warp drive is faster than light speed. The funny thing is, it doesn't go faster than light, but it actually is because it warps. It warps time and space. So in that bubble, it feels like you're traveling faster than light. That's why you can go so fast. And yeah, that's gonna be like the most exciting once we get that completed, man. It's like we're gonna find so much stuff because I had to become not only that everything's gonna involve space and science and technology, but I had to be because the people are like probably like we gotta go to other planets. We gotta just keep on going to the solar system and keep on finding more things. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they did find that meteor on Mars, and they had that microorganism, like embedded inside the rock. So obviously there was life on Mars at one time. There was water, but there's not anymore. So that's why They said we just have to, I mean, it's not only that. I mean, technology is always going to advance. So as technology advances, people are always going to come up with new things, whether it's hoverboards, NASA warp drive, you name it. So it's always going to be very exciting, more exciting. But like I said, dark energy, dark matter, super freaky stuff. It's still bound by naturalistic means. It's all around us. It's in our house. We can't fucking see it. What's it doing there? I'm glad it's not killing us. So what do I think dark energy, dark matter is? Well, remember, they got the cosmic microwave background. That's all that was left after the Big Bang. That's observed through infrared. It's like a whole heated. That's where the dark energy, dark matter comes from. It's like a whole heated leftover of that Big Bang. Big Bang wasn't an explosion; it was an expansion, but it was expansion of like hot, gas. Just a bunch of different hot gases and stuff. That's why it might seem like an explosion, what it's not. And I guess probably that's why the moon actually smells like gunpowder, because they had people that went to the moon and said it smells like gunpowder. I can just imagine. But surprisingly, well, I guess that would make sense. I guess the smells in space would stay forever, I guess, because that's just mind-blowing. 4.5 billion years, and you could still smell gunpowder in space. That's, I guess that's just that terrain, you know. They actually tried to fire bombs in space a long time ago to do like a test. They wanted to do some tests on space to bomb, because they couldn't do it on Earth because it was dangerous, so they did it in space. But it never happened. But they had like this opportunity to do it. I forgot the reason why. You could actually look this up. They tried to put bombs in space and stuff. They didn't try to blow the moon or anything. People thought, if you blow up the moon, then you fuck up Earth. But not quite. But I guess you possibly could, because they're so so close. But probably not. Yeah. You would have to think about this stuff. About this heaven and hell stuff. If it existed, what would Satan sound like? What does his voice sound like? Remember, they both would have to talk. Or at least Satan. The funny thing is, we know what Satan looks like, in that he can talk, but we were not sure about God. People say God is like a light with a voice. Some people say he has physical form. It's kind of funny. We actually know more about Satan, what he looks like. Describe it, movies and stuff, angels and shit. But I think the whole concept of religion is retarded, because you have to worship a god. That's retarded. Why couldn't a god just give you like your free life, and you could just be able to do what you want with it without being jealous and worship, right? Wouldn't that be cooler? And that'd be like, if there was a heaven, that'd be like. But the point of heaven is retarded too, because it's like, why would you could get anything you want there, and then you should be able to have all that what you wanted when you were alive in the first place? It's kind of retarded. What you're gonna be doing forever, bouncing on clouds and shit, and just living and praising God? That would just seem fucking boring. That's why some people take the hell, where you can at least travel to there's 9 different circles and 9 different realms, and they actually look all differently. But it's all fantasy. It's all bullshit, man. It's. What does Satan do in his spare time? What does he do? Like bowl? He bowl against God in the clouds? Come on now. People said that thunderstorm is God's bowling. When I was said that myself, when they said that I was a little age, I never even believed that God. Never. You just can't make sense of it. Like I said, if you have a rational mind, you don't take things. You observe. You have to analyze things. It just doesn't make any sense. And then you can be able to talk to God, and you can well, what do you do in your spare time? Well, do you play any sports? It's so retarded, man. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So yeah, all that stuff that was left after the Big Bang was the cosmic background microwave. It's like all that stuff, radiation, that computers, yes, computers can capitalize and satellites from 14.5 billion years ago. Pretty fucking impressive, if you ask me. We could just do this now. Like I'm saying, just imagine what we could do years from now. Not only that, when the NASA warp drive complete. I'm telling you, we're probably gonna, if we don't even solve the whole mystery, we're gonna get fucking even closer and closer. I believe it's possible. We probably could solve the mystery, because as technology advances, we could recreate. like the first thing that happened. If we had this machine, we could like take the thing that was fossilized, we could reverse time, we could go backwards in time. Then we could actually find out how everything started. I think it's actually fucking possible. Um, from everything, from the first cell, from all of life, the first molecule. If we could reverse time, we could actually absolutely find out how it all started, no question. So I think it might be possible. But of course, to think about that, we need some kind of futuristic machine or something, or who knows? Maybe not. Maybe when we go to these other planets, we'll find like some crazy elements. I think about it. If there's aliens out there, maybe we could find like some crazy elements that could distort time and space. I mean, you could go backwards in time, go backwards in space. It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be some freaky shit. Serious. And and maybe the aliens actually that live there, they could tell us how it all started. They'll say, maybe they'll give us like this cube, and then they could say, hold this, and then we actually can go back, or we can see like through a portal or a sphere how all existence started. You just never know. It could be some freaky shit. Serious. One way or another, we're gonna find out. It's let me see what other ideas I could throw. So what we've got? So new elements, double gravity, double space. Fucking futuristic weapons. Futuristic atmosphere. Maybe they have like beaches on these exoplanets that maybe they have like water you just cannot drown or anything. You just can't drown in water or something. Maybe like I said, maybe they have like this cube or something that you could reverse time, and they could just show us, like these aliens could show us how it all started from existence through this hourglass. From the first molecule, the first separating cell. They could just like show us this, and if that's the case, then we would know how it all started. It wouldn't matter how far, if it's past the billion year mark, because they could actually show us how it all started. It's possible, because if there's alien species, obviously they know, if they've been around for so fucking longer than us, they actually know how fucking, at least how it started. Absolutely. And they can show us how it started. Whether, I don't know, holograms, in a spear, in a fucking whatever kind of freaky technology they have, we can't even think of. And, even for, like I said, we're not there at the first beginning, they can actually show us how it all started. And that's all we need to know. And then, boom. If that was the case, I guess science wouldn't have to worry about that anymore, because they wouldn't know how it all started. You wouldn't have to do much more studying, because the aliens showed it how it all started. And that could be true. That could be possible. Would that mean science would die? Not necessarily. I mean, science has always evolved. The aliens showed us how it all started. Science die. Science would never die, because science would always, as we, always advanced. But at least we would know the past, and we would actually wouldn't have to worry about how it all exists. We just have to focus on the future, developing new technology and stuff. But the funny thing is, they said robots are going to replace humans for work. So this means we won't have to work. I guess that's a good thing, because the job economy is bad. But how does that work exactly? If robots take your job, I mean, how do you get hired in the first place? Everybody gets hired, and then just every robot just doesn't work. I guess that's possible. I guess that's good. I guess that saves everybody time and energy. Let the robots do the work. You just get hired, and I guess you give instructions for what the robots do. So I guess the future is going to be bright, folks. You don't have to worry about work. You got robots doing the work for you. I think everything's gonna, everything's not gonna be like, You know, they always have, they show two sides in the future. In the movies, like the desolate, barren, dark, you know, future apocalypse. And then they show that really futuristic, everything's all happy. I think everything is going to be in the positive side. I don't think there's going to be dark apocalypse, barren, because we're getting better with technology. We're advancing. If robots can do the work, we have to work half as hard, or maybe not at all. You know, technology gets advanced. We go to the other planets, as exoplanets or visible Earth. We're gonna learn a shitload of more things we just fucking can't even think of now. But what I've wrote are some suggestions. It's got to be maybe perhaps one of those stuff, and even teleportation. It's gonna be amazing. So yeah, I think, like I said, we might be able to solve how all existence started. You know, if we got to that, like, if this alien showed us, bam, we know how it all started, and that's what it you know it could be. But I guess we'll see. There could be so many different things. Either we'll solve it, or the aliens will tell us how it all started. I'm thinking it's got to be one or the other, probably. So it's gonna be great, man. So I think the future is definitely looking bright. Quantum computing. Definitely don't have to work. Just let the robots do the work. And get paid. Everybody gets paid. So everybody can retire. The whole economy can boost because the robots will do the work. Everybody gets paid. Everybody gets satisfied. No more debt. So I think it's good, man. Maybe everybody could be billionaires and stuff because just let the robots do the work, and you don't have to worry about firing people. You don't have to worry about short staff. You don't have to worry about layoffs. You don't have to worry about all that kind of like different you know, job let goes, lack of staff because I mean you have like tons of robots to do the work for you. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fucking epic.